You know that feeling when your world, the one you've so carefully built, gets a little shaken? Well, mine started with a perfume. Not just any perfume, mind you, my perfume. And the man who was wearing it, my husband, Liam. He was nestled against me, the golden lamplight bathing our bedroom in a soft, romantic glow. Babe, I said, nudging him, you're using my perfume again, aren't you? He looked up, pouting like a little kid. Liam, a man who's a whole 3 years younger than me, but acts like a giant, clingy puppy. We've been married for 2 years, but sometimes, honestly, you'd think we were still in the honeymoon phase. He muttered, tomorrow you're off shooting, and I'm on set. We won't see each other for ages. I just want to smell you, like you're always here. I just ran a hand over my face. This man, you could practically sense the cherry blossom scent, soft and dreamy, and then he'd casually flex a bicep. Lord help me, a beautiful man trying to ruin me. I was about to lean in for a kiss when his phone vibrated. A name flashed across the screen that felt like a punch to the gut. Sarah. Suddenly, memories I thought were buried, long dead and gone, surged back like a tidal wave. Sarah, Liam's white moonlight, his childhood sweetheart, the girl he'd been madly in love with for over a decade. I knew all about her even before Liam and I got together. He was obsessed, totally devoted to her. For her, he fought, skipped school, even defied teachers, causing a whole school scandal that nearly got him expelled. Everyone gossiped about them, a mix of criticism and envy. But then she left, and Liam, he crashed. He spiraled. Days turned into nights spent in dive bars, transforming him into a bad boy in everyone's eyes. And that's where I found him. In the dim glow of a smoky bar, this gorgeous, troubled man, Liam, surrounded by a rough crowd. Red wine stained the corner of his mouth, trickling down his strong neck like a ripe cherry, just begging to be devoured. One look, and I knew I was done for. But love, true love, isn't a solo act. I ended up taking him home that night completely wasted, and I told him, there's someone out there who will love you with their whole heart, with all their passion. And I meant it. My relentless pursuit eventually wore him down. He became my boyfriend, and let me tell you, that boy was clingy. Once we were official, he wanted to be glued to my side 24/7. We dated for 5 years, and finally, after endless begging and pleading from him, honestly, he could charmingly pester his way into anything, we got married. I knew Sarah was back even before Liam did. We're in the same industry after all. My manager, a total workhorse, keeps tabs on anyone who could potentially snatch my roles or affect my standing. Sarah was a huge threat because we were both on similar career paths. And as they say, one mountain cannot hold two tigers. It was either her or me. And guess what? The reality show I was filming the next day, that's where we were scheduled to meet. Liam was rubbing his messy hair against me like a happy little puppy, his other hand reaching to hang up the call from Sarah. Babe, I told her I don't even know her, but she keeps harassing me, he whined, still trying to cancel the call. She said something about restoring my memories with her. She must have gotten my number from some old classmates. I'm just going to block her. I took the phone from his hand. No, answer it. I wanted to hear this. Who calls someone else's husband in the middle of the night claiming such urgent business? Liam gave me his best puppy dog eyes, pleading, but he was a good boy. He hit accept. On the other end, a sweet, slightly breathy female voice, a little too sweet. Oh, Liam, tomorrow your wife and I are on the same show. We used to be so close. Do you think she'll hate me and make things difficult? I'm new and I don't know anyone. I'm so scared, Liam. Could you just encourage me? Liam just stared at me, clearly not hearing a word she said. His lips moved, silently mouthing, "Go away, so gross." I brought the phone to my ear, a small smile playing on my lips. If you're scared, you should see a therapist, darling. Why call my husband? If you want encouragement, I can give it to you. Just be well behaved, don't stir up any trouble, and no one will make things difficult for you. Understand? A slight pause, almost a gasp from Sarah on the other end. Then her voice, a little strained. Where's Liam? I smiled sweetly. Oh, him. I told him not to overdo it, but he wouldn't listen. He just passed out, sleeping now. Another pause, longer this time, then a strained sigh from Sarah. Oh, I see. I'll call back tomorrow then. And please don't misunderstand. I didn't mean to call so late. Liam's the only person I really know here. I'm sure he hasn't told you we met up, right? Please don't be mad at him. We used to be so close, you know? It'd be awful if you misunderstood and blamed him. She was clearly implying they had some secret, intimate past, hinting that Liam was hiding things from me. A master of the green tea game, truly. Liam was shaking his head wildly, mouthing, I never met her. I kept my voice calm, almost angelic. Why would I be mad, honey? Everyone has a few friends. Don't worry about my marriage. Just focus on your show tomorrow, all right? Now, my husband's got me in a death grip and I can't breathe. Gotta go. I hung up, not giving her another second. Liam immediately snatched the phone, blocked her number, and even labeled it as harassment call. Wifey, she's talking nonsense, I swear. He hugged me tight. I just stroked his messy hair. I know, baby. I trust you. He scoffed, then opened his contacts and blocked all his old classmates. Because of them, she got my number, he declared. I truly trusted Liam, not because I was some naive, blindly infatuated fool. It was because I knew his nature, his intensity, his stubbornness, and most importantly, because I knew he genuinely didn't remember Sarah. After she left him all those years ago, Liam had developed severe bipolar disorder. To stop him from hurting himself, doctors had used hypnosis to erase his most painful memories. Memories of a dark, painful, shameful period. Even if they resurfaced, I wasn't afraid. It was still dark when I left the house, despite Liam's pleas to stay. A woman with a thriving career reputation? Men are just accessories, aren't they? The moment I stepped out of the car, I saw her. Sarah. She was wearing a red off-the-shoulder dress, exactly like mine. Even her hairstyle was deliberately similar. Seriously? Even the show's MC gasped when I arrived. My career was soaring. Who would dare to openly ride my coattails like this? It was practically career suicide. Oh, I'm so sorry, sis. I didn't know you picked this outfit. If I had, I would have chosen the black one. I look really good in black too, you know. Sarah stuck towards me, feigning remorse. I raised an eyebrow. This girl can really act, huh? I said. Well, go change then. You still have half an hour before your turn. You'll make it. My voice was flat. Sarah bit her lip, her eyes welling up. Sis, I know it was my fault for matching, but I really didn't mean to. If you're upset, I'll go change right away. It's just, I wanted to remind you, this show is live streaming. She spoke in a choked whisper, just loud enough for me to hear. The cameraman, clearly bought off, kept his lens zoomed in on us. I glanced at the live comments. Sure enough, people were already suspecting I was bullying Sarah. She gave me a tiny, knowing smile. I, in turn, gave her the driest eye roll I could muster, then casually hiked up my dress, tearing a slit right up to my thigh. Little girl, you're too green to play with me. I chuckled softly and walked away, leaving Sarah stunned and the comment section exploding with, OMG, I just saw that. The people who were just moments ago speculating about a feud between us were now praising my legs. This trick? I mastered it in elementary school. If you want to play, at least be creative. After that little stunt, Sarah probably realized I wasn't an easy target and didn't dare to openly provoke me anymore. After the show, I got a message from Liam's mom asking me to come home for dinner. I was just about to get into my car when Sarah approached me. Jenny, she said, her voice low and confident, don't think you won today. Our battle has just begun. I'm back, and I'm here to reclaim everything that's rightfully mine. She smiled as if victory was already in her grasp. I honestly thought, this girl is delusional. I simply closed the car door, told the driver to start the engine, and gave her a good dose of exhaust fumes. Childish, I know, but satisfying. When I got to Liam's house, I understood what they meant by enemies on a narrow road, or rather, a relentless dog-like obsession. Sarah was there, chatting intimately with Lily, Liam's younger sister, looking like part of the family. Liam's mom was nowhere to be seen. Turns out Sarah's confidence was all thanks to her careful planning. I went to the shoe rack by the door to grab my slippers and found my favorite pair already on Sarah's feet. My eyebrow twitched. Sarah immediately stood up, flustered. "Oh, I'm so sorry, Sissy. I didn't know you were coming home, so I wore your shoes. You don't mind, do you? If I had known, I would have chosen the black one. I look really good in black too, you know." Sarah stepped towards me, feigning remorse. I raised an eyebrow. "This girl can really act, huh?" I said. "Well, go change then. You still have half an hour before your turn. You'll make it." My voice was flat. Sarah bit her lip, her eyes welling up. "Sis, I know it was my fault for matching, but I really didn't mean to. If you're upset, I'll go change right away. It's just, I wanted to remind you, this show is live streaming." She spoke in a choked whisper, just loud enough for me to hear. The cameraman, clearly bought off, kept his lens zoomed in on us. I glanced at the live comments. Sure enough, people were already suspecting I was bullying Sarah. She gave me a tiny, knowing smile. I, in turn, gave her the driest eye roll I could muster, then casually hiked up my dress, tearing a slit right up to my thigh. "Little girl, you're too green to play with me." I chuckled softly and walked away, leaving Sarah stunned and the comments section exploding with, "OMG, I just saw that." The people who were just moments ago speculating about a feud between us were now praising my legs. This trick, I mastered it in elementary school. If you want to play, at least be creative. After that little stunt, Sarah probably realized I wasn't an easy target and didn't dare to openly provoke me anymore. After the show, I got a message from Liam's mom asking me to come home for dinner. I was just about to get into my car when Sarah approached me. "Jenny," she said, her voice low and confident, "don't think you won today. Our battle has just begun. I'm back, and I'm here to reclaim everything that's rightfully mine." She smiled as if victory was already in her grasp. I honestly thought, this girl is delusional. I simply closed the car door, told the driver to start the engine, and gave her a good dose of exhaust fumes. Childish, I know, but satisfying. When I got to Liam's house, I understood what they meant by enemies on a narrow road, or rather, a relentless dog-like obsession. Sarah was there, chatting intimately with Lily, Liam's younger sister, looking like part of the family. Liam's mom was nowhere to be seen. Turns out Sarah's confidence was all thanks to her careful planning. I went to the shoe rack by the door to grab my slippers and found my favorite pair already on Sarah's feet. My eyebrow twitched. Sarah immediately stood up, flustered. "Oh, I'm so sorry, Sissy. I didn't know you were coming home, so I wore your shoes. You don't mind, do you? If I had known, I wouldn't have come. It would be awful if I made you unhappy just because of a pair of shoes," she said, her voice syrupy sweet, a subtle smirk playing on her lips. My sister-in-law, Lily, shot me a glance, then tugged on Sarah's arm. "Sister Sarah, there are so many other pairs in the closet. Just change. My sister-in-law's like this, you know, always acting spoiled." I swear, I've never done anything to offend this girl Lily. She just seemed to be rebellious, hating me because I was a bit strict with her. So whenever she saw me, it was like she'd found an enemy. Just then, Liam's mom came downstairs. Sarah immediately stood up, a gentle smile on her face, tears even welling up in her eyes, truly the picture of a moved old flame. But just as she was about to rush forward and hug Liam's mom walked straight past her, right to me. "Jenny, you're home? Why didn't you tell me?" Liam's mom hugged me tightly. My mouth twitched. Didn't she just message me to come home? I glanced at Lily, standing next to Sarah, and understood everything. This cold weather? This girl probably didn't want a warm meal in a warm home anymore because she was about to be kicked out. Liam's mom took a new pair of slippers from the shoe cabinet. "Jenny, you've worn those other slippers for too long. I was going to throw them away anyway. Here, wear these new ones I bought for you." Sarah's face, standing next to Liam's mom, immediately darkened. I slipped on the new slippers, looked up at Sarah. I, of course, wouldn't get mad about someone accidentally wearing my shoes. It's just, you smell like green tea, and I get dizzy from that smell. I smiled. Sarah gritted her teeth, but didn't explode. She just turned her pitiful eyes to Liam's mom. Auntie, I know my leaving all those years ago made Liam very sad, but I went abroad to study, to better myself. Now I'm back because I want to make up for the time we lost. I've missed Liam so much these past few years. She spoke with such apparent sincerity that anyone who didn't know better would have been moved. Lily, Liam's sister, immediately chimed in, nodding vigorously. That's right, Mom. Sister Sarah grew up with my brother. She's gentle, thoughtful, and polite. So much better than some people who are always cold and arrogant. Sister Sarah is the perfect match for him. Before, it was just a misunderstanding. If they clear it up, they can be together again. Sarah nodded repeatedly, looking even more pathetic. Liam loved me so much. He would do anything for me. Lily told me he even underwent hypnosis to forget me after I left. Just thinking about it breaks my heart. Now I'm back. Are you all really going to be so heartless as to see two people who love each other unable to be together? Liam has temporarily forgotten his memories, but you haven't. What if he remembers and regrets it one day? Won't everyone be heartbroken? So, to prevent him from regretting it, and to prevent everyone from feeling sad, you should help me win him back and help him restore his memories. Don't you want to see him happy with a girl he once loved? I have to admit, Sarah wasn't just a green tea. She was a high-level manipulator. Just a moment ago, Liam's mom was glaring at her, and now, in a flash, she was starting to waver. I was about to speak when Liam's mom reached out and took my hand, gently reassuring me. I saw her give Sarah an epic eye roll, then say, her voice icy, "Are you blind or just stupid? I don't care what you and Liam used to be, but right now he's married, and his wife is standing in front of you. I've seen people who are considerate, but never anyone as shameless as you, trying to be a homewrecker. Is there no other men in the world for you that you have to fight for someone else's husband?" Liam's mom was laying it out. This was the first time I'd seen her speak so sharply. Not bad, about 1/10 of my own level. Sarah's face went from pale to green. But before she could react, Lily quickly jumped up. "Mom, Sister Sarah just wants what's best for my brother. She just wants to make up for things." Liam's mom immediately stepped forward and slapped Lily across the face. "Shut up. I haven't even dealt with your part in this, and you think you're innocent. You're the most foolish one. Have you forgotten? Your brother once fought with thugs for Sarah, then locked himself in his room, harming himself, going crazy. I thought you were just impulsive, but it turns out you're stupid and malicious. If you like Sarah so much, then take her and him and get out." Lily froze, tears welling up. Sarah was about to say something else when at that exact moment, the door opened. Liam was home. He was supposed to be filming right now. "Mom texted me saying she wasn't feeling well, so I rushed back immediately," Liam explained. The atmosphere in the room immediately became heavy. All eyes turned to Lily. No need to guess, this girl had obviously secretly used Liam's mom's phone to text him. Lily bowed her head, not daring to speak. Sarah, however, was overjoyed. She rushed forward, calling out, "Liam," in a deliberately sickly, sweet, coquettish voice, making my skin crawl. Liam flinched. Seeing her about to throw herself at him, he reacted instantly. A swift move, a decisive shoulder toss, and Sarah landed flat on the floor. "Wifey, who's this woman? She looks like she hasn't seen a man in 100 years. Sarah was dazed from the fall, scrambling to get up. Her wig, tangled on her forehead, looked utterly pathetic. Liam shivered, immediately pulling out his phone. "Hello, security? Someone crazy just broke into my house. A weird creature. If you touch its hair, it falls off. Hurry. I'm about to be scared to death." Sarah frantically tried to put her wig back on, but she was too clumsy. Finally, she got so angry, she just threw it on the floor. I hugged my stomach, shaking with laughter. Was she here to provide comedic relief? "Liam, it's me, Sarah, your Sarah.
How could you forget me? I came all the way back from abroad just for you. Do you know how heartbroken I am? Liam, when we were kids, we used to play house and you always insisted on being your groom. In middle school, some thugs blocked me after school and you fought them, breaking your arm and missing 3 months of school recovering. In high school, the student body president forced me to be his girlfriend, and you skipped school to fight him. Have you forgotten all of it? Weeping and recounting her stories, she lunged at Liam again. He was so startled, he sprang up and delivered a direct punch to her face. Sounds like all bad stuff. You weren't exactly a good person either. Liam pulled out a tissue and carefully wiped his hand where he touched her. Sarah was stunned, in disbelief, and tried to lunge again. I pulled Liam behind me and swung my arm, delivering another punch to her other eye. Sorry, I have OCD. I have to make sure both sides are even. I gritted my teeth, my fists clenching audibly. Sarah trembled with rage. I pointed towards the door. The building security was getting closer. Aren't you going to get out of my house before security gets here? Or do you want to become a trending topic? I said coldly. Sarah was furious, but she was also afraid of affecting her career. She could only grit her teeth, grab her bag, and head for the door. Wait a minute, Liam suddenly spoke up. Sarah, tears streaming, thought he'd remembered her. She lunged. Liam, you remembered, right? Liam pointed at the wig on the floor. Please take that terrifying thing with you. Sarah let out a wail, bursting into tears. Just then, security arrived. She sniffled, stomping her foot furiously. Liam, I will definitely make you remember our past. With that, Sarah turned and ran. All 3 pairs of eyes immediately left her and focused on Lily. Mom, brother. Lily trembled. Liam pouted, grabbing his sister by the collar and dragging her towards the door. You were with that scary little girl earlier. You're all dirty. Go get purified at a temple before you come back. Tears streamed down Lily's face. She pouted, turning to look at me. Sister-in-law. I smirked coldly. Even if you called me great-grandma, it wouldn't help. With that, I slammed the door shut. Good riddance. Not a single ounce of pity. Thanks to Lily's foolishness in bringing her friend home, our family had a rare gathering. Liam's mom even personally cooked a pot of beef noodles for everyone. After eating, Liam and I left because we had to work. Wifey, what if that crazy Sarah really makes me remember the past? Liam suddenly asked in the car on the way home. I raised my eyebrow. Don't you trust yourself that much? Liam pouted. I heard what Mom said. It's true that for someone to do all that, anyone would think their past feelings were genuine. I lifted Liam's face, looking him straight in the eyes. If you remember, even better. That way, it'll just prove how much more you love me. Liam turned his face away stubbornly, like a pouting little puppy who couldn't be appeased. I quickly smoothed things over. Oh, come on, I was wrong. How could I let you remember those painful things? I won't let it happen. He grunted, then snuggled closer, craning his neck for a kiss, his hand secretly searching for the nearest hotel on his phone. I knew it. This guy is absolutely not as easy to mollify as he seems. For the first half of this year, I've been busy filming, barely appearing in public, so recently my manager has been setting me up with a lot of reality TV shows. The next one was an outdoor travel show, a 3-day exploration of a tropical island. The production team had arranged for a total of 10 guests. 7 were already here, a few busy ones would arrive late. I knew for sure Sarah would be on this show. She had just returned to the country and needed to increase her exposure. But I didn't expect my sister-in-law, Lily, to be participating too. Lily was dragging Sarah directly towards me. Everyone else on the travel show was wearing sports clothes and hiking boots. Only Sarah and Lily were dressed to impress, in dresses and high heels. Beautiful, yes, but they looked utterly clueless. Everyone says you're so good. If you were really good, you would have gotten me a role in a movie, brought me on a show. Sister Sarah is the good one. I just said I wanted to get into the entertainment industry, and she immediately helped me arrange it. But you, all you do is mess with our family harmony and kick me out of the house. Lily stood with her hands on her hips, her voice full of accusation. Honestly, Lily has been begging to get into the entertainment industry for a long time, but both Liam and I were against it. Not because she was too young and we wanted her to focus on school, but because her personality just wasn't suited for this industry. Liam and I both thought we'd support her when she was more mature, when she knew how to think things through, but not now. I was too lazy to argue with someone so ignorant, so I turned away to chat with some actors I'd worked with before. Staying around stupid people for too long would only make me stupid too. Since a few guests hadn't arrived yet, the group decided to temporarily plan out an island exploration. If anyone arrived later and had suggestions, we'd discuss them then. We split into groups of 3, with the odd person getting to choose their group later. Everyone would then split off to ensure the entire island was explored in 3 days. Sarah and Lily, of course, wanted to be in the same group. Seeing everyone still forming teams, the two of them quickly latched onto a popular male celebrity. He agreed to join their group, and they looked at me triumphantly. The remaining people quickly chose their groups based on the artist's popularity. In the end, only a third-tier male actor was left, looking awkward and unsure what to do. I walked over and called him. "Come with me." His name was Leo. I'd worked with him on my last movie. Even though he wasn't famous yet, his acting was truly excellent. I bet that once our movie aired, he would definitely be a huge star.
Our task was to explore the eastern part of the island. Once we arrived, I took off my backpack and started setting up the tent. The production team hadn't given us much equipment, and we had to find our own food. This show, though labeled travel, was essentially an outdoor survival program. To get views and create drama, it was common for production teams to subtly modify contract terms. As an actor in this industry, the only way to survive is to pretend to be clueless. "Sister Jenny, let me do all this. You're a girl. You should rest and relax," Leo said with a laugh. I waved him off. "What do you mean, a girl? Don't underestimate me. My uncle's a soldier." Leo chuckled but insisted on setting up the tent. "All right, if you're so enthusiastic, I'll yield. You set up the tent. I'll go find some food," I said. Leo frowned. "Okay, but be careful, sis. Don't go too far. If you don't find anything, come back and wait for the new guests to arrive. Then we can look together." I nodded, grabbed a small knife, and left. He had no idea that finding food for me was as easy as pie. My uncle was a soldier, a naval admiral, no less. Since I was little, I had poor physical endurance, so my uncle forced me to train every day. Now, survival like this was second nature to me. On my way, I ran into Sarah and Lily. Looks like their mission was also in the eastern part. Seeing me, both of them looked annoyed. I didn't want any trouble, so I was about to walk past when Sarah stuck out her foot to block my path. "Oh, Sister Jenny, are you going to look for food alone again? Leo isn't with you. Tropical islands are dangerous. You should be careful if you go alone, you know. If you fall, don't worry, we don't mind if you come with us." Sarah's tone was dripping with green tea, clearly trying to drive a wedge between me and my teammate. Lily also nodded. "That's right. Even though you're not a great person, we're very kind. We'd reluctantly let you come along out of the goodness of our hearts." I was truly speechless with these two. They were covered in mud, probably having stumbled around for half a day, empty-handed, and yet they dared to act so condescendingly, like they were bestowing a favor on me. "No thanks. I can take care of myself," I replied curtly. Hearing this, Sarah scoffed, pretending to be hurt. "We offered to help you, and you looked down on us as not good enough. Fine, but if you can't find food later, you can always come to us and beg." With that, she dragged Lily away, still complaining about how I looked down on them. Sarah certainly knew how to draw resentment toward me. I bet her fans watching the live stream were already in an uproar. I glanced in the direction they had just gone. Dare enter the broadleaf forest? Everything's there except food. Truly foolish. I was too lazy to say more, so I turned and continued looking for food. Based on the knowledge I learned from my uncle as a child, I quickly found a banana tree full of ripe bananas. I was wondering how to climb it to get the high-hanging bunch when I saw Sarah and Lily running towards me in a panic. Unsurprisingly, they must have encountered some wild animals. I clutched my stomach, laughing. But I don't usually laugh loudly, unless I really can't help it. "What are you laughing at? You act like you found food or something," Sarah snapped, holding her broken-heeled high heels. I composed myself and nodded, pointing to the towering banana tree in front of me. "Exactly." As expected, both of them immediately glared at me. "It's so tall. Just give up," Lily putted. Sarah rolled her eyes and smiled slyly. "How can we give up? She found it, so she must have a way to get it down." Lily frowned, probably trying to figure out the hidden meaning in Sarah's words. But seeing the girl confused for so long, I felt impatient for her. Truly, what a fool. Clearly, she was waiting for me to make a fool of myself. Well, whatever. Some people only learn who's truly good or bad after suffering the consequences. You're right, I do have a way to get that bunch of bananas down from that 7-meter-high tree. I looked up at the bananas, a smirk on my face. Such a small thing to stump me? Sarah saw my reaction and chuckled derisively. Her face was full of sarcasm. "In that case, I truly want to see how you'll pick that impossibly high bunch of bananas. Today, I want my horizons broadened." Lily tugged on Sarah's arm, worried. "It's too high. No way she can pick it." Sarah shrugged. "Well, exactly. We all think so, but someone insists they can do it. It's fine. Those are the cameras from the production team. Everything that just happened is being live-streamed. Everyone online heard what I just said. If I can't prove it, won't I look like a braggart?" Sarah was probably waiting to see me embarrass myself. But am I the type of person who lets others make fun of me? I glanced at the huge banana tree, its trunk thicker than an adult, about 7 or 8 meters tall. Today, the image of a gentle, intellectual goddess I'd cultivated for so long would probably crumble. I couldn't blame myself. I had to blame my manager for choosing a show without reading the content carefully. I walked towards the banana tree. Sarah watched me with mocking eyes. "Sorry, dear fans, my gentle, intellectual goddess image is actually fake. I'm actually a rough, wild, and super cool chick." I sighed, then right in front of thousands of livestream viewers, I gracefully climbed the 7-8-meter-high banana tree like a monkey, cut down a huge bunch of bananas with my knife, and then, just for good measure, did a backflip and landed as light as a breeze. My entire sequence of movements was flawless. Sarah and Lily's eyes were wide open, mouths agape, completely unable to believe what they were seeing. The livestream fans went wild. "OMG, what did I just see? Am I seeing things? My wife can fly. I love my wife so much. She must have built-in flight capabilities, right? Did you guys see that Sarah girl? She was just mocking my wife. Everyone, don't jump to conclusions. Sarah didn't see anything too bad. It's Sister Jenny who said she could do it. That tree is so high. Who would think she could do it? Is that person above Sarah's troll army? Is your family selling washing machines that you're so good at cleaning up messes? What is Sarah even? I scroll past her Webo everywhere these days, and she dares to say she's on the same path as my sister Jenny? Her little toe isn't even worthy of being compared to Jenny. That's right, all her cutesy words now were pure green tea. Mr. Leo not being with Sister Jenny is because she's so capable, and then it gets twisted into him abandoning his teammate. It's so frustrating. Don't think Leo's fans are small and easy to bully. Even though Leo hasn't been in many movies, he still has a few loyal fans. They were silent just now, but now they're rushing in to defend their man. I declare, from now on, Liam, Jenny, and Leo are a family, and their fans are family. Okay, I'm gonna follow your man now too. I'm following too. The final task for the day really wasn't hard at all.
Find a specific type of fruit tree, called a bell plum. We followed the direction where that kind of tree would likely to grow and quickly found it. Task complete! The island trip is officially over and done with, Leo said, munching on a bell palm. Since we're done, the other groups must be nearly finished too. Let's rest for a bit. Then we can go find them. If anyone hasn't finished their task, we can help, I suggested. Liam agreed. We were talking when we heard someone scream. Liam immediately sprang up. That's Lily's voice. I quickly stood up too. Let's go see what happened. Liam shoved his camera into my hand. I haven't taken a picture of the bell plum yet. You take it, then come after me. I'm going ahead. With that, he ran off. I looked at Leo. Leo immediately understood, taking the camera from my hand. Sister Jenny, Lily is Liam's sister, right? If you're worried, go chase after him. I'll take care of the photos. What a truly good kid. I quickly ran in the direction Liam had gone. Unfortunately, I couldn't catch up to him, but I did run into Tony and Lily. Lily, where is your brother? I asked pointedly. Both of them looked at each other awkwardly, not answering. I didn't see my brother anywhere, Lily said.
My right eyelid twitched, a bad omen. He heard your scream earlier, that's why he went to look for you, I said, taking a deep breath. Lily bit her lip. Tony shook his head. She's been with me the whole time. We didn't see Liam, and there wasn't any scream like you said. I looked behind them. Sarah was nowhere in sight. Just then, Lily whispered, Sister Sarah knows how to mimic voices. I immediately understood, tilting my head to look at her. Tony froze. What do you mean? You suspect Sarah tricked Liam? Go on, be confident, I said, my voice cold. It's not suspicion, it's a certainty. I immediately ran to find Liam. Lily quickly followed. Tony, though 1,000 times unwilling, had no choice but to run along too. See, this is the right attitude when participating in a reality show together, not like some people who just stand there and watch when others are in trouble, offering no help. Tony grumbled in my ear. I glared at him. I'm the type with no manners. If you keep grumbling in my ear, I swear I'll slap you right in front of millions of viewers. You deal with the consequences then. I was frantic, not being able to find Liam, and he was still rambling endlessly. It would be stranger if I wasn't annoyed. Tony quickly covered his mouth but released it after a short while. Even if you don't like hearing me talk, I still feel the need to remind you. If you go any further, you'll be out of the camera zone. Hearing that, I walked even faster. No cameras. Wasn't that exactly Sarah's intention? I was sure Liam had gone in that direction. Seeing me so determined to go that way, Tony, despite his inner dissatisfaction, could only tag along. Sister-in-law, I'm sorry. These past few days, I've been wondering if defending Sister Sarah was the right thing to do. I think I was truly wrong. I didn't answer. In the past, I tried to control and guide her because she wasn't an adult yet, and I, being older, had a responsibility to lead. But now that she was older and had her own thoughts, she also had to learn to take responsibility for her actions. Right, reap the rewards, wrong, suffer the consequences. That's it. I didn't have time to think much, until I saw Liam sitting on a rock, his head covered in blood. Then I only understood the true meaning behind Lily's apology. Sister Sarah said memory loss can be restored with external stimulation. She read in a novel that if someone with amnesia hits their head, they can remember again. Before Lily could finish, I swung my hand and slapped her across the face. She deserved that slap. I rushed to Liam. He was clutching his head, his face dazed. Wifey, she hit me. Liam looked up at me, his voice weak. I gently cradled his head to my shoulder, my heart aching with pain. But strangely, Sarah was nowhere to be seen. Tony quickly searched everywhere, but couldn't find her. Where's Sarah? I asked Liam. Liam was still clutching his head, trembling, as if battling fiercely with the memories inside. I guessed it was very likely that he had indeed experienced a strong shock, causing those memories to resurface. There! Liam suddenly pointed towards a pile of grass. Tony immediately ran over to check. Sure enough, he found Sarah lying slumped in the bushes. When Tony helped her up, I finally saw her face clearly, bruised and swollen.
Looking at her, I guessed it definitely had something to do with Liam. Seeing Sarah, Liam immediately reacted with fear, as if he'd seen a nightmare, clutching me tightly, not letting go for a second. Leo also ran over, with a few other guests following behind him. Seeing the scene, everyone immediately turned away. After all, in this entertainment industry, the less you know, the better. I told Leo to quickly contact the production team via the camera and call for people to take both of them away. Liam's head was bleeding quite a bit and needed immediate attention. It was best to go to the hospital for an MRI to check thoroughly. As for Sarah, if I wasn't afraid of her dying and causing Liam trouble, I honestly wouldn't care if she lived or died. After Liam's checkup, the doctor said the wound was a bit severe, but luckily it was just a superficial injury with no internal problems. He just needed to rest for a while, but he would still need to stay in the hospital for a few days for observation. After his head injury, Liam became incredibly clingy. He had to hug me to sleep, demand that I feed him when he ate, or would just simply whine and cling to me on the way to the bathroom. As for Sarah, he didn't mention her once. Finally, the day we were discharged arrived. I had just finished the paperwork and returned to his room when I saw Sarah there. Liam was choking her, and no matter how much she struggled, he wouldn't let go. Seeing her about to pass out, I quickly ran over and pulled Liam away. Seeing it was me, Liam immediately shed his fierce demeanor, transforming into a well-behaved puppy clinging to me. Sarah coughed violently for a long time, lucky to be alive. She slumped against the wall, tears streaming down her face. "He's not my Liam. My Liam wouldn't treat me like this. He's a lunatic. He's a devil. He's a psycho," she wailed, pointing at Liam and criticizing him. Liam tried to lunge again. I quickly pulled him back to the bed. I walked up to Sarah and looked at her coldly, then slapped her across the face. "You wanted him to remember, didn't you? Is this the result you wanted? I spent so much effort pulling him back from hell, and you come back and make him go crazy again? You think you're his white moonlight? The white moonlight is someone cherished, a dream person. But you're just a cunning, shameless green tea." I was furious and slapped her again. Sarah bit her lip, her eyes brimming with tears, ready to cry, when a glass flew by, hitting her leg and making her whole body tremble. "Get out." Liam looked at her coldly. Sarah immediately stopped crying and ran out, disappearing from sight. I turned to look at Liam. He had jumped off the bed and taken my hand. The back of his left hand had a small cut from the broken glass, bleeding a bit. "I'm sorry," he whispered, lowering his head and kissing it. I sighed, helping him back on the bed. I stood up, intending to pour him some warm water, but he pulled my hand back. "Don't go." I had no choice but to sit down on the edge of the bed. "Are you mad, sis? Are you going to leave me? Please don't leave me," Liam asked timidly. I frowned. "Stop this act. You're fine, darling. You're just acting. If you pretend one more time, I'll really hit you." I pinched his waist. Liam groaned softly, sitting straight up. "Well, it's not like I was fine from the start. For the first few days, my memories were a jumbled mess and I was in a lot of pain. It's only been the last 2 days that I've been a little better. Just now, Sarah came to find me. I was afraid she'd know I'd regained my memories and was completely normal again, and then she'd cling to me, so I pretended." I stroked his messy hair. "Yes, that's why I wasn't so harsh with him at first." Liam couldn't argue, so he turned his head away, just like a sulking little puppy. "Time to get discharged." I held up my hand to pull him up, but he absolutely refused to get out of bed. I pulled with all my might, but he unexpectedly pulled me back with force and wrapping me in a tight hug. Liam pressed his stubble-filled chin gently against my neck. "Sis, regaining my memories isn't a big deal. In fact, I think I love you even more," he whispered.
I burst out laughing. He was right. That particular memory didn't affect our feelings at all. Back then, he chose hypnosis simply because he needed to stabilize his emotions, not for any special reason. Liam was discharged from the hospital. Leo and Tony both came to visit us. Unexpectedly, that messy reality show made Liam and me incredibly popular online. We were no longer called the couple about to divorce, but were now the national sweethearts. Leo also gained some recognition from it. His nickname was My Son to me and Liam. However, what really launched Leo was the movie we worked on together. As I predicted, his solid acting and talent were praised by audiences. Now he's trending everywhere, his name appearing in every hot topic. Leo is a busy man now. After seeing Liam, he left immediately. Only Tony, for some reason, just sat there, refusing to leave. He didn't say anything, and I didn't ask. We just sat in silence for a whole afternoon. Sister Jenny, why haven't I seen Lily? Tony finally couldn't hold back and spoke up. I thought he could keep his mouth shut. Oh, that girl felt too stupid and had no face to meet her family, so she hasn't come back yet, I replied. Tony suddenly sat bolt upright. How can a girl live alone out there? Besides, she's not stupid, just a bit naive. Sarah is so manipulative, even I was tricked and spun around in circles, let alone a girl who's just starting out in life. Tony began frantically explaining for Lily. I subtly smirked. Still haven't gotten the girl and already defending her, huh? Before you were defending Sarah so fiercely, I thought you had something going on with her. No. Don't talk nonsense. Tony jumped up. I don't like Sarah and I don't like Lily. I just think Lily is cute and simple, that's all. Anyway, I'm leaving now. With that, he bolted out the door as if chased by a ghost. I watched him go, chuckling. He knows everything, doesn't he? The dust settled, as it always does. Sarah, the so-called white moonlight, faded into the background. A chilling reminder that sometimes the past isn't a cherished memory, but a cold, hard lesson. She once thought she was the moon, illuminating Liam's path. But in the end, she was nothing more than a brittle, forgotten bone beneath my feet. Our story, like any worth telling, wasn't a fairy tale. It was messy, human, and full of unexpected turns. It was the frantic scent of my perfume on Liam's skin, a whispered reassurance in the dead of night. It was the tear in my red dress, a silent declaration that I wouldn't be outdone. It was the unwavering loyalty of a family, flawed but fierce, facing down an outsider. And it was Liam, my Liam, the man who, despite his past scars and the whispers of a forgotten love, chose me, chose us with every fiber of his being. He had faced his own demons, not with the heroic battle, but with quiet, agonizing struggle. The hypnosis, a desperate attempt to quiet the chaos in his mind, had inadvertently erased the part of his story. But it was a part that ironically only strengthened our bond. When Sarah tried to resurrect a ghost, Liam's true self, the one that had chosen me, stood firm. His fear, his disgust at her presence, wasn't about a forgotten memory. It was about the profound, undeniable truth of his present love. He didn't need to remember Sarah to know he didn't want her. He needed to be himself, whole and present for me. And Lily, my rebellious sister-in-law, eventually found her way. Sometimes you have to hit rock bottom to see clearly. She learned that true support isn't blind loyalty. It's recognizing genuine kindness and standing for what's right. And for Leo, our son, he soared, a testament to talent and hard work, finding his own light in this chaotic industry. But the real magic wasn't on a grand stage or a remote island. It was in the quiet moments. Liam, pulling the SIM card from his phone, a simple act, yet a profound statement of unwavering commitment. His, I bought a new SIM, from now on I'll only contact you, wasn't just about privacy. It was about drawing a clear boundary, a fortified wall around our world. And his greatest confession, whispered to me in the hospital, after all the drama had played out, after the supposed memory recovery that only highlighted his devotion, "Sis, regaining my memories isn't a big deal at all. In fact, I think I love you even more now." He was right. The past wasn't something to fear. It was a foundation, a backdrop against which our love shone even brighter. Our story isn't about overcoming a rival. It's about two imperfect people finding perfect solace in each other. It's about the fierce, sometimes messy, beautiful truth of finding your divine light in the midst of life's darkness. For him, I was that light. And for me, he was the steady flame, proving that sometimes the greatest love stories aren't found in nostalgic echoes, but forged in the vibrant, undeniable present. And as the sun sets on this chapter, I know that for Liam and me, our story has just truly begun.